So Firaxis Games just released patch number 3 for Civilization 7. They've been slamming these out like hotcakes. I think patch 2 came out just a couple days ago. So anyways, they said that today's patch is focused on addressing key areas of player-reported issues that we can act on most quickly. They're actively working on the development roadmap, outlining more major updates to the game, including improvements to the UI and other critical areas. Their goal is to share this roadmap in the coming weeks so that they appreciate everyone's patience as they determine what they can deliver in the future. So they also said that they hugely appreciate the feedback and they ask you to continue to share your feedback in the Steam discussion forums and in Civ 7 feedback on their Discord server, which you can reach from the game. So anyways, let's get right into the changes that are included in patch 3. It's looking pretty good. I took a brief glance at it before recording this video. So anyways, starting off with some stability, they said general stability improvements and fixes for Windows PC, Mac, Linux, and the Steam Deck. Personally, my game has only crashed once. It was when I finished a game, I got a victory, and the game immediately crashed. It was a little bit weird, but given how the rest of the game is, it wasn't too surprising, but I haven't had too many stability issues, just that one. Moving on from stability to our gameplay. For Windows, the same as before. Bombers can now deploy nuclear weapons when packed into an aerodrome, carrier, or squadron commander. Previously, only heavy bombers could do so. So now nuclear weapons can be deployed by more types of planes other than just the heavy bomber. Moving on from there, they address an issue where some users reported experiencing specialists being removed from settlements when confirming the legacy cards from age transition. That's a very weird bug. I personally don't think I had that issue, though I'm not sure I would have noticed the specialists being removed because I never really went back and checked that they were still there. So that's an interesting bug. I don't know what would cause that. Moving on from there, they addressed an issue that some users reported experiencing where the 300 gold from discovering a natural wonder while playing as Isabella was not being granted. They addressed an issue that some users reported experiencing where the factory was unavailable when a distant land settlement was connected to a homeland settlement in the modern age. They're really reaching for these bugs now. And they addressed an issue that some users reported experiencing where sea trade and rail connections sometimes failed in settlements where the city center was not adjacent to the coast. So it's good to see that they're fixing bugs. They really are fixing them at a rapid pace. Honestly, like, personally, at least, I haven't ran into too many bugs. I'm sure they're there and maybe I just didn't realize some of them, but the game bug-wise is pretty good. It's honestly just the UI that was terrible. And you know, the most important thing, it has the one more turn syndrome where I just want to play one more turn. So gameplay-wise, I actually think the game is in a pretty decent state. The exploration age feels a little bit weird. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know whether I like how they did the exploration age. I really enjoy the modern age and I enjoy the antiquity age, but just like the legacy path goals for the exploration age, I don't find them to be the most fun, but you know, that's a personal preference thing. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. And then also the modern age also does feel like a little bit half-baked as well, especially with the legacy path ones. You know, for the military legacy path for the modern age, you have to, you know, build a couple buildings and then complete a couple projects, where the final one is Project Ivy, where you get like a nuclear explosion and basically you're testing your first thermonuclear device. I think that it would have been maybe a more entertaining to say military legacy path victory if you use like I don't know, just not what it is right now. It's just you build a couple of buildings and you test your nuclear bombs. So anyways, moving on from there, we have some UI changes. They said they'll continue to address alignment issues some users reported when playing in simplified Chinese. We will continue to make improvements here in future patches. I don't play in simplified Chinese, so I can't speak to it. They improved font scaling in the civilization and tech tree screens. Yeah, those definitely need to be worked on. The civilization and tech tree screens were pretty bad. I think the civic tree wasn't great either, especially with the lines. They improved image and font alignment in the city details menu. They improved spacing and alignment on the war declaration screen. That was neat. Yeah, the war declaration screen was a little bit rough. And they addressed an issue that some players reported experiencing with navigating the Civilopedia search results with a controller. Again, I've been using mouse and keyboard, so not an issue, but I'm sure it could be annoying to do that with a controller. They addressed an issue that some players reported experiencing where the unique quarter description appears cut off when viewing in the building's breakdown screen. So if you don't know, some of the civilizations have a unique order where the civilization has two buildings, and if you build them in the same hex, then it will turn that hex into a unique order that does one thing or another. So for example, the Egyptians have, like, I think it's called the necropolis tile, and I don't remember what it does, maybe like give gold or something, but if you build two of the buildings that the Egyptians have, it'll give you that unique order. And so yeah, so that's what that's talking about. They addressed an issue that some players reported experiencing where unlocalized text appears when viewing the nuclear weapons available warning pop up in the modern age. Improvements to the age transition spend point screen. They added a notification for when an enemy attacks a player's unit in a single player. Thank goodness. That's a change that should have just been in the game. Like, I don't know how when you QA test a game, that's not something it gets caught immediately. I noticed that like in my first game of Civilization 7, I was getting attacked on one of my settlements and there wasn't a single notification. You get a notification when the enemy is approaching your settlement and you don't have anyone to defend it, but there was no notification to say that the enemy was attacking a defended settlement. So that was extremely needed. I think more notifications in general would be good. However, some of the notifications are really annoying. For example, the notification that my town is ready to be specialized, I'll click on it and then, I don't want to specialize my town yet because I want it to grow to a couple more tiles. And then that notification just comes back every like 5 turns and it's so annoying. And another notification like that is the resource notification saying that you have resources that can be spent. A lot of times there's no resources there that can be spent to add resources to your different cities or settlements. So that's hugely annoying too. And those two pop-ups are like the single most annoying thing, at least to me, about Civilization right now, or Civilization 7 right now. So I hope that they at least give you the option to turn those notifications off. But again, it is good to see that they added a notification for when you're getting attacked. So they improved the performance of the city detail screen when viewing a large city. I don't think I ran into any issues with the performance of it. They improved progress bar information consistency. The HUD progress wheels go the right way now. The escape key can be used to back out of the independent power screen. That's good. Yeah, you couldn't press escape before. You had to like right click. It was sort of weird. They added building icons to the plot tooltip with their status. They added wonder icons to the plot tooltip with a gameplay effect, and they made resource icons larger on improved tiles and smaller on unimproved tiles. Thanks for the inspiration of Sukritact. So if you didn't know, Sukritact had already released a mod that added a bunch of UI improvements, and it sounds like, or one of those UI improvements was basically making it what they just said, where resources icons were larger on improved tiles and smaller on unimproved tiles, and they took that inspiration from them, which is great. It's good to see that they're improving the base game based on what the community is asking for and what modders are already doing for the game. So then those are all the changes to the UI. Overall, it's looking pretty good. I hope that they clean up the tech tree a little bit more, but I think that they're making good changes. I really hope that they make it eventually so that you can click and drag resources in the resource screen. That's one of the most annoying things to me as well. Then we have one miscellaneous change. They say the correct citizen character set is now displayed for Korean independent powers. So that's the last change. That was patch number 3. All in all, I think it's looking pretty good. They're popping these patches out pretty quickly. I'll have a video over each one. And yeah, anyways, I'll have some more guides coming out this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll have a video guide up at the end, just in case you want to watch that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.